What we got here, this is our RitFit Aura. We call it the Aura.
Okay.
All right, so this is not your traditional 3x3 11 gauge or 2x2 14 gauge or 12 gauge or anything else like that, right? So we do have this oval tube. This actually kind of reminds me of some of the older heavy-duty commercial gym equipment that was made out of this type of tubing, all right?
Right.
So this is very sturdy, and you know, the colors that we picked out for this, we've had a lot of people turn their heads today walking by and saying, hey,
yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, what is this? I like this, right? You know, some people are saying it's the color blush. Some people saying it's pink. So we got the color over there on the little sign, but nonetheless, people are loving the color and loving the rack. So it is a all-in-one rack, functional trainer. You have a 2-to-1 cable ratio on the sides right here.
Right.
Your safety, you do have a Smith machine, and the safeties are actually built into your functional trainer. So wherever you adjust your functional trainer or cable trolley to, that's where your safeties are going to stop at.
Okay.
So you will also have a lap pull down 1-to-1 cable ratio system up there. And then down here you have your low row 1-to-1 cable system right over there. You also, for everybody who likes to look at themselves in the mirror, you get a mirror. All right, so like, plus, you know, you can flip the mirror back. I probably need to flip the mirror backwards, but you know, either way, you know, whatever.
Look at yourself too much.
Yeah, right. So, but yeah, all-in-one home gym system right here, and really, like, you know, a lot of our other gear, we'll see, you know, in walkthrough, it's for everybody. It's pink, it's black, it's gray, it's red. You know, so we have, you know, we speak to different types of people, different customers. We want, you know, a gym for everyone is our motto here at RitFit. So we're trying to make sure that we have, one, something in everybody's budget, and then two, something that speaks to somebody else that's going to help them start making some good decisions. And a lot of people has said, even today, like right before you guys, they're like, hey, this does it for me. This motivates me. This is it.
Yeah, this is definitely very different from most other machines that are here.
Yeah.
I saw it from a distance and I was like, I like that.
Yeah, thanks. So blush is the color as of right now. Yeah, it's an all-in-one home gym. It's great. I mean, it's solid, sturdy, and you know, it's even the guys can work out on it.
Right.
All right.
Is that like matching storage right there?
So yeah, we do have some accessories that will be a part of the set. But yeah, another mirror for those that again like to look at themselves. You do have the storage. We do have pegboard hooks that'll go on there. And we also have this bench right here. Move this guy out of the way. On this side of the bench, you do have dumbbell storage. So you'll be able to put a few dumbbells on this side. It has wheels and a handle. So this bench also is a flat and an incline bench. So you could go ahead and set it flat, or it is on a small ladder system in the back to where you could adjust it. You know, to do your incline. Yeah, definitely a different system, but this is what people are really interested in right now.
Yeah, this is I want everyone to look at my squat rack.
There you go.
Hey, there you go. Somebody comes over, hey, let me show you this.
Yeah. And it's true. Yeah, I mean, that's what literally the people before you guys that were over here, they're like, hey, the lady, she was like, I love this. This does it for me. She was, I think, poor guy, the husband's walking away like, oh man, now I got to do something. I got to buy something. I got to spend money. And, you know, I mean, poor guy, but good. You know, they get to work out together. Yeah. Something that motivates, you know, both of them.
Okay. So. Very cool. Well, let's move down the line here.
Yeah.
Before we started rolling, she was showing me the 3D Smith, which I've never had a chance to use one before.
All right, so let's get this bench out of the way before we go. So it does, a 3D Smith definitely takes some like getting used to, okay?
Right.
When you lift up the Smith bar, don't throw yourself back like you're gonna, like the bar's gonna support you. It's gonna move with you, right? So yeah, so you can see as you're going down, you know, your Smith bar is moving with you, and it doesn't even need to be a lot, but it's the natural movement of your body, right?
Right.
For sure.
I mean, it felt surprisingly just like a regular barbell. Like I said, you can tell just that little bit because you can feel the bearings just a little bit, but other than that, it just felt like I had a barbell on my back. So that's pretty cool.
And then this one has a 2-to-1 and 1-to-1 cable ratio system built in.
Right.
The one thing I like about how these work is if you're doing tricep extensions or you're doing face pulls or anything, you really don't even need to change these attachments, because like for me, I'll just move the attachment like that, right? And then I'll be able to do my, you know, face pull or whatever else, or even tricep extensions. And you don't have to get a, you know, a tricep rope, because you can just use both sides, right?
Yeah.
So same thing for face pulls. You could go out independently on both cables and go way back, get good range of motion. So yeah, this one's called the P9. We had a version that's PPCO2 and a PPCO3. A lot different than this. Yeah. This one is called the P9 though. It's gonna come in pink, black, or red.
Okay. Yeah, I've tested several of the RitFit racks.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
All right.
So you know it's a lot different than the other two then?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the most recent one I tested was the original M1.
The original M1?
Yeah.
So this is similar to the original M1. This is the M1 2.0. So the biggest difference with these is we made adjustments for the pull-up bar.
Right.
The one you tested should have had a straight pull-up bar.
Right.
Still multi-grip, but it was flat. So we increased the height a little bit, and then we added all aluminum pulleys throughout the entire rack system. And then from there, we just kept adding on and adding on and adding on. We've added so many different attachments for the M1. 2x2 systems, like the ecosystem, I could probably say, you know, you could probably quote me that I'm correct, is that I think we make the most amount of attachments for the 2x2 system from one manufacturer. Yeah, there's a lot of different attachments 2x2 out in the market, but from one manufacturer. I think at this point we're the leading manufacturer for 2x2 attachments from one brand. But yeah, so we've added what some people will call tornado arms or pivot arms.
Right.
We've added those to the M1 with, you know, upgraded pulley systems. The uprights, we increased the gauge, or there's an option to increase the gauge from a 14 gauge to 11 gauge. Okay. And then we didn't want to be wasteful, so we're like, okay, well, what do you do with the old uprights? Right. So then we were like, okay, well, let's use those old uprights as a storage system right here on the side. So this is the old uprights for the M1. Okay. And then so if you buy this kit, it'll come with the upper brackets, the pegboard, and the supports in the back. But you'll reuse your M1 upright. So,
very cool.
Yeah, and especially like if you're getting jammer arms, like where do you put jammer arms? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're kind of heavy, you know, so right here, you don't have to go find a spot for them, they'll just store right there. So, but yeah, the M1 I still own the M1 actually. I could own any rack that we have. Right. And right now I still have the M1. I mean, it does great.
Okay. Very cool. I like this handle.
Yeah, we're gonna have that. It's not out yet, but we're gonna be having it for you guys.
Okay, very cool, very cool.
But yeah, I mean, this is tried and true, you know, the 2x2. Actually, if you go back and you look at like, you know, some of the classic weightlifting or bodybuilders, a lot of the squat racks were 2x2. I mean, you're talking about 3x3, yeah, maybe when you go to a commercial gym, but if you go to where people were actually training, a lot of them were using 2x2 racks. 5/8 holes, 2x2. But yeah, so it's tried and true. It's been out for a long time. A lot of people love it. It's our #1 seller. And for a reason. Many reasons.
Well, let's move down the line, because it looks like you do have some 3x3
Yeah,
over
we
there.
do have some 3x3. So this one we're meeting there. We're getting there. This one's not 3x3 yet.
Right.
All right, so this is our M2 3D Smith machine. So last year at Home Gym Con, we unveiled the 3D Smith machine. Right. So we brought this to the home gym community. We're at an affordable price versus spending $5, $6, $7K on a 3D Smith machine. Right. And then so since then, we've released it. We continued again to build on that ecosystem. Right. So we're starting to build around a 2.36 uprights, dip bars. We got this platform right here for your pivot arms to be able to do your dips, right? Or well, you could do weighted dips, or you could do your belt squats. You know, so that's another addition that we recently done. We always listen to people's feedback, and they're like, "Hey, on the 3D Smith machine, I feel like it just needs a little bit more range of motion. So we added 3 more inches to the range of motion
Right.
on this model. We could only go so large because the rest of the system, without doing a complete redesign, you know, then we would have to change a lot of stuff. But people were like, it just needs a little bit more. So that's what we ended up doing, adding a little bit more range of motion. We also added this gray color, and then we added the gray, the 11 gauge for the 2.36. Right. Everybody's 11 gauge this, 11 gauge that. Okay, well, here's 11 gauge, 2.36 by 2.36, and then we also increased the cable positions from 16 to 30. Okay. So on the side of the upright right here, you can adjust your cable trolley. Instead of 16 positions, you have 30. Right.
So you've got the 3D Smith in the 2x2, in the 2.36. Are you going to have one in 3x3?
So for that rack right now, no, but we do have the M3 that is not here today. Okay. He is sleeping in. No, he's so he's at my showroom actually. So, but we are working on a version of a 3D Smith for the M3. So the answer is yes. Right now, it's not, but the answer is yes.
Right. Because I think the big thing now is just because since basically every company has a 3x3 with 1-inch holes at this point, just the ability to add any and every attachment that exists pretty much. And so if you can get the 3D Smith in a 3x3 and then have all of your attachments that you can hook up to it.
For sure.
Third-party stuff as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, okay.
So, yeah, we'll have it.
Okay. And then, speaking of 3x3, let's take a look at the 3x3.
Yeah, so this is our 3x3 bench. We're calling it the Mega rack. Okay. So it is our largest rack right now. It's 3x3. Yeah. It'll come in 2 different versions, either a 4-post or 6-post. Okay. Last year at Home Gym Con, we said we didn't want to come out with a 3x3 rack unless there was something unique about it. Okay. And the uniqueness about this specific machine is that your cable system is not only your functional trainer, it's not only your lat pull down bar, and you don't have to, you know, rig up some weird concoction to get your leg extension leg curl machine to be cable driven. Right. This is integrated. So it's seated leg extension, seated leg curl. It's integrated to the cable stack system already. And then on the other side over here, you have a dip station. Same way you can do your belt squats over here and be able to have that connected into your cable system. Okay. So definitely something we wanted to, how do you add on to your existing system that you have, and that's what we wanted to do, so that's what we did.
Okay. So let's check this out then.
Yeah.
I see somebody already swapped the pin over to this side.
On that side, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you got one more, if it'll go.
There we go. But yeah, I definitely know what you're saying about rigging up some sort of way to, all right, I have my leg extension leg curl, how can I make it selectorized? And it's like, all right, well, you're just gonna bolt it to the side of the rack. There you go. Yeah, now you have a selectorized leg extension leg curl.
So this is our prototype. We still do have, you know, some adjustments and things like that to do. So actually quite a few pieces of that we have out here today are our prototypes. So we're looking for feedback. That's one thing about our brand. We're always looking for feedback to say, hey, what could make it better? You know, what would you guys like to see? And but yeah, so people have asked us, again, 3x3 11 gauge, that's why we made it. People have asked us, hey, you know, like, how do I get my, you know, cable system, you know, for my leg extension, you know, and everybody's, you know, in the market making, you know, prone leg curls, you know, whereas, you know, being able to do them seated like this. So we did seated and connected to your cable system. But yeah, this is the Mega Rack.
One thing that I think you should do,
loosen that bolt.
Well, that too. If you could make this a full moon, and then that way you could flip it to where it's pointed up.
Oh yeah.
It'd give you extra range of motion when you're doing the leg curls.
Makes sense. And loosen that bolt.
And loosen that bolt.
Awesome. Yeah, appreciate that, man.
All right, and then this is the Gazelle?
Yeah, so this is the Gazelle Pro. This has been out for a little while.
Okay.
There's been no major adjustments to this.
Okay.
This one is our most biggest footprint leg press that we have. We have the Gazelle Pro, we have the Gazelle, and we have the VLPO1, which is our basic leg press. But this one has a 2,000 pound weight capacity. This one's just basically it's a super affordable leg press for people to get in. That's heavy duty into their home gyms. But yeah, it'll do a hack squat and leg press. And the thing about our stuff is we try to make it simple, strong, and effective. So there's like a couple pop pins. All you got to do is just pull this pin right here on the side, flip that down. You put your pad over there, and then put your pin in the top. And then you're gonna be set up for hack squats.
Right.
And then just to go into leg press, it's just the opposite. So we'll just pull out that pin and then take that back pad off. And then you have the pin back here. And then just go right into leg press again. We do have 3 different adjustments for the foot press plate. And then down here, we also have 4 adjustments for the position of the foot press plate.
Okay. Got it. You know, one thing, if you made this to where the standoff is a little bit higher, so that when it folds back, it still clears the handle.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't be limited by the bars for the footprint of the foot plate here.
Okay, yeah.
And then you extend it out and have a big foot plate.
That's true.
Because like you have the massive foot plate for the hack squat.
Yeah.
And then it's been a while since I reviewed the original combo unit. I think this is still a pretty good bit bigger than that one.
Yeah, it is.
But if it just had the little bit more of a standoff, because it still has to be able to fold back, and then you could bring it out even wider.
We could even make these lower profile too.
Yeah, that's too. Actually, that would help also.
Like it, love it.
Okay.
Good feedback. This is our Mustang Ultra.
Okay.
So it's our seated leg curl, leg extension, weight stack. It's a 1 to 2 cable ratio. But yeah, we came out with the PLC01. Everybody loved it. We came out with the Mustang recently. We're out of stock like 2 times when it came back. The stock is sold out. This one is a prototype. But yeah, so this is lying leg curls and seated leg extensions.
Okay, got it.
Super easy to adjust. You can adjust it right here. And then there's a pop pin to be able to slide that over there.
Okay.
And then you could do either your laying leg curls or, again, move it back a little bit and then do your leg extensions. So it'll slide up and slide back a little bit.
Okay. And then...
Oh yeah, it's pretty unique. So this system right here, it locks in place, but it doesn't, right? So you have a range of motion that it'll go through. And it
has 3 different options for that. Okay.
And the nice thing about it is I've used leg extensions before where when you're trying to do leg curls, it'll pull your leg hair out because it doesn't move, it doesn't do nothing, right? It doesn't follow you. So this one right here does. That's one of the most unique things about our leg extension for the Ultra.
Okay, cool. Hop in here?
Yeah. So you do have 2 more positions where you could go back.
Right.
But we're gonna end up redesigning this lower section right here so this isn't in the way. That way you can get that full stretch.
Okay.
Because you still had a couple more adjustment pieces right here, but this was stopping.
Got it.
This one right here, again, another prototype. So it looks like a 3D Smith machine.
Right.
Which it kind of is. It's just a miniature version, right? And this is just going to be one of our newer lower body pieces right here. It's a hip thrust machine. Super easy. Again, it's basic. Again, simple, strong, and effective. And that's what this piece is here. It's a 3D Smith machine to do your glute bridges or hip thrusts with ease, really. So.
Okay. Very cool.
What do you think?
I like it.
You like it? All right. You guys heard it here first. He likes it.
I would be much more likely to actually do hip thrusts if I don't have to get my barbell out and set it up, and then set up an attachment hanging off the side of the rack for my, for my back and all that.
For sure. So this will come in 2 different versions. If somebody owns like our P9 or our M2, you don't have to get the 3D version. You can get the base rotor roll in or out.
Okay.
And then if you don't have a 3D Smith, you can buy this as is, right? So it's just kind of up to you. But nobody, I mean, I don't want to say that. I need to take that back. I was going to say nobody wants more gym equipment than they need, but I think all of us that are here, we probably have more gym equipment than we need.
Yeah, if I had the space, I think I would rather have this, and that way it's just, it's there. I don't have to roll anything in or out. I just slap some plates on there.
Nothing like a machine setup ready to go.
Oh yeah. Okay, now this one. This one's speaking my language here.
Okay, all right. So it is a chest-supported, again, another prototype.
Okay.
But it is a chest-supported back row machine. It's also a seal row. So right here it's set up for chest, and then if you flip that completely over and move that back some, you're going to be able to do your seal rows or your just the back row. You'll have to figure out the positioning for you because depending on your height, you'll need to see where you need to adjust it. This pop pin will set the seat back or forward, and this one is just going to put you in either chest supported or not.
Okay, got it.
You probably want to stand, maybe, I don't know.
There we go.
But it's too high at the top.
Right. I think the pad height it keeps making me feel like I need to be lower.
So it does need to go. We got to work on our angling a little bit. On this piece here.
Yeah. So having the higher pad will definitely help.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And then we're looking at doing some adjustments on the handles right here. When you flip this over, your grip position might be different. So that way, when you're doing one type of row, this way how you had it's gonna work. But when you're doing chest supported, you can flip it a different way, and that'll work that way too. I think for this, you'll want to sit higher. Try that. I don't know if that makes a difference or not.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of adjustability to this machine.
And that kind of makes it difficult, but not at the same time, because you really got to know where you're set up for you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but also it gives you a lot of options in case you do want to pull high so that you're hitting higher on your back.
Yeah, that's true.
Versus if I want to scoop myself all the way up as high as I can while still fitting under the bar so I can hit real low.
And we also don't want to change too much to where, like, a lot of back row machines, you have to load up the weight, right?
Right.
You know, and we're trying to avoid that by keeping a good kind of steeper angle.
Right.
But again, we do got some adjustments to work on the angling.
Okay, cool. Then 2 more.
Yep. So this one right here, shoulder press, chest press. Maybe you've seen something like this before. It's converging. The back is assisted by hydraulics to raise up or down. It's probably in the position you need, but again, it is on a little gas shock right here, so you can adjust it up or down. Pop-in system.
Okay.
Smooth.
So then pop pin and it rolls on track?
Yeah. Pull your pop pin and then you'll be able to roll your bench out. And then to go down, I think it's gonna pull. You need a higher or lower.
Drop it all the way down.
All the way down?
I'll drop it all the way down.
There you go. Not too shabby.
I like it.
Awesome, but yeah. So again, another prototype, something we're looking at doing.
All right. Let's finish off strong with this pink guy right here.
Yeah, so this one is our RitFit Panther machine. We have one version out already. This is going to be a step up from that.
Okay.
We did shorten the height of this because the other one was taller and unnecessarily taller.
Right.
And we did have added some shields or storage systems on the back of here compared to the other one. Also, this one, instead of the other one being at a fixed position, you can adjust the seat forward or back to where it's just more comfortable for you or what part of your glutes or hips or whatever you're trying to hit. So the cable system is on a 1 to 2 cable system, so you're gonna feel double the weight that whatever you select. Yeah, abduction, adduction, both.
Okay, got it. All right, well, I appreciate you showing me around.
Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, for sure.